Oh, it looks like it's working.
Oh, yay.
Ooh, it looks like we're live.
I'll be
Holy
darned.
cow, I can't believe it.
You did it.
We did it. It's like landing on the moon. We got it to work.
It sure is. It's working.
Hello, everybody.
that?
We've been trying to get live on Facebook here, but apparently Facebook changed all their permission structure things, and we had to take everything down and reload it back up. And, of course, then that erased everything that we'd already put in, so we had to rewrite it all. But now we're live. Should be fun.
Yes.
Steve, are you ready?
Hold on. I'm just sharing it to the Video Marketing Madness Facebook.
All right,
Okay.
you do that. You share it.
We're
Share
ready.
it. Okay.
We're ready, Freddie.
All right. If we're ready, then here we go. In 5, 4, 3. On today's episode of Video Marketing Madness, we're going to talk about creating expert videos and what that actually means and how it's going to help you to get new clients. And today's episode is made possible by, well, it kind of makes sense, the webinar that we did this past Wednesday on creating expert videos. So if you want to be able to create expert videos for yourself, well, then you need to attend our little webinar that we had, because it was quite good and taught you all about it, including software that you can use to do it, as well as the strategy behind it. And this is a strategy that I've been using for the last few weeks to get a lot of new businesses. So if you want to do that, well, then you have to head on over to the link. It's in the description down below, but I'm going to read it here. It's a kind of a long link. So it's mastermind.boostwebinars.com/23608. I guess I should have used a shortener on that one. That's a pretty long one, but mastermind.boostwebinars.com/23608.
It's in the notes.
It's in the notes, and it's in the link down below. But you want to watch this webinar. It's going to teach you all about that. But in the meantime, we're going to teach you about some great music by hitting our theme song. So here it comes.
He's Ray the video guy, yeah, Ray the video guy. His skill is where it's at, even if he's a little fat. He's filled with video expertise and has so much knowledge that you need. His YouTube ninja tricks can make your marketing so sick. He's Ray the video guy, yeah, Ray the video guy.
And it's the radio show about video marketing madness with Ray the video guy. I'm the sidekick, Steve Sleeper.
Ooh, sidekick.
GoVMM.com, the landing page with the podcasters and the social media there.
Sidekick. It reminds me of the movie Sky High, where what's his name? The actor that plays Ash on all the horror movies. Can't think of his name now. He plays the gym teacher at a superhero high school. That's who he yells, Sidekick. His name was Sonic Boom.
Sonic Boom.
And his
Thank
voice
you.
could
Groovy.
But speaking of sidekicks and superheroes, how would you guys like to be a superhero for local businesses? Well, if you want to, then today we're going to be talking about something that's going to help you to be able to get some new business and to provide something of value for not only your clients, but also for yourself. And as I mentioned up at the top, we did a webinar on this back on Wednesday where we had David Sprague on. He talked all about his strategy behind using these types of videos, how to create these videos simply and easily. And this is something that I've been doing for the last few weeks. And I've got a little backstory to this here. So this is going to be the origin story of my expert videos. So as you know, I use a lot of David's products. It's a great way to find businesses with Lead Kahuna. We use Rep Videos to get people on board. We use Bright Social to get them on board doing social media. We do the reputation marketing with Rep Kahuna. We build pages with Funnel Pages. So all of these products that he has, we're using for a lot of local businesses to get them on board. And then, of course, later down the road, we sell them even more video-related products or higher-end stuff that we do, that's more custom work. But these programs are fantastic for getting people in. And I kept noticing that there was this one product in the lineup there that said Expose Videos. And despite the fact that I use a lot of David's products and I'm also like an ambassador for the company, getting other people to buy the products, as an affiliate, but I also bring in other affiliates to sell the product or the products. I kept seeing this expose videos and I didn't know what the heck it was. So I clicked on it and I watched the replay of a webinar, and it told all about what it was, and I said, oh,
Dang.
that's pretty interesting. So what it does is it actually creates what I would call it creates little news-like shows, okay, where each episode of a show would have an expert on there that talks about whatever, the latest trends in dentistry or, techniques to make sure that your roof doesn't leak, all these types of things where you get an expert, they come on and they talk about a specific topic. Now, each video is only 2 to 4 minutes long. It doesn't have to be a half-hour showcase or anything like that. It's a nice short video that gives people something that hopefully they can take action on, but that provides them with the ability to know that the person they're listening to is an expert and knows what they're talking about, and they're giving you a tip. And the cool thing about it is at the end, that expert gets, link back to their page, they get their phone number out there, they get their business name out there, etc., so they can get some nice exposure out of it. And what's great about this is, if you think about it, if we go out and we find a dentist and we want to get a dentist to do rep videos, and I say, hey, how would you like to do some videos for your business? Click, they hang up. It works really well, but you got percentages that are all over the place because most people aren't even going to listen. They're like, oh, this guy's selling me something and I'm gone. So when you can walk in, and Steve, we talked about this in the past because you do something like this with podcasting. When you can walk in and say, hey, I'm not trying to sell you anything. What I'm trying to do is I want to interview you because you're an expert in your field, that gets a lot more attention. And so the idea behind these expose videos, these expert videos, is that you're going to a dentist, you're going to a contractor, you're going to a chiropractor, you're going to a lawyer, and you're saying, look, I want you to be an expert on our little show that we have. And in our case, we call the show Act Now because the name of our company is Act Now, and it sounds good and it's actionable. And so we get these dentists or these lawyers or whomever, and they get on and they talk about something in their business that is really, really, good for the viewer. So how to find the best dentist in town. Boom, they talk about it for 2 minutes. There's a newscaster that starts it off and talks about, in the case of a dentist, they talk about dentists. And then they say, here's a local expert who can give you more information. That expert comes on, they give their information, and then at the end, the news anchor comes back on and followed up with a call to action that has their website and their phone number and everything in there. So what you're doing is you are creating this little show that you then give them a copy of that episode. So now they can do whatever they want with that episode. You, on the other hand, now have another episode that you can put on your local marketing channel so that you have all these different episodes with all these different experts, okay? So the idea is you've gotten in the door by doing this. Well, now, Steve, do you want to take over this part? Because you've been doing this part of it for a lot longer than I have. What comes next after we say, hey, thanks for being on the show, and here's a copy of it, but we can do something else. What comes next?
Then that's first of all, it's a good foot in the door strategy, especially if you're going door to door in your local market. But what you get to do next is talk about what it is you do, because their first question out of their mouth is, okay, you're going to interview me, you're going to give me this video, what's the catch? Well, there's really not a catch, but I wanted to meet you. And by the way, I'm a video marketing expert. I'm a videographer. I post to social media. I'm a Google My Business expert, whatever. It's your foot in the door to do that. And you've got to transition over to the sales pitch in a manner that you feel comfortable. And David Sprague has all kinds of training on how to do that, to make a long story short.
He's an expert at that. Now, just so everybody understands here, you don't necessarily, as much as David's program makes it very easy to do this, you don't necessarily need a program in order to do this. You can interview people and create your own videos and put them out there. What Expose Videos does is it makes it a whole lot easier, because what you do is
Professional
You say to
looking.
the expert, "Hey, this is what what we'd like you to talk about," and they go and you just say, just have them record it themselves. Now you can do it over Skype if you wanted to. You could, if it's local, you could literally go to their business and do it for them, help them out. But for the most part, they just do it themselves. They, phones are so great these days. I was talking to a videographer, video marketing person earlier today that's out in Alabama, and I was telling them, I'm like, yeah, I said, I don't really go out and shoot and edit videos all that much anymore. I edit some, but I don't go out and shoot very much anymore. And the main reason being is because, every dentist, every doctor, every lawyer in their pocket has a camera that's better than my professional camera was 5 years ago. So why in the world do they need me to go out and film them? Yeah, I've got lights. Yeah, I've got microphones. Yeah, I've got, nice cameras that I can make sure aren't shaky. But if they want to do a good job, they've got everything they need to do a decent job with it. And so why spend the extra time and effort traveling out there and doing all that, unless you're really going to charge for it? But this is a foot in the door strategy, so you're trying to keep it nice and easy. They can shoot it themselves. They can, put their phone up in a place, or they could do a webcam where it's not going to be shaky. They can record themselves, send me the video, and boom, we put it into the expose videos, and everything gets put together by the software. The software adds the spokesperson. It adds their information at the end. We don't have to do any of that. We just say, hey, we'd like to have you talk about this. They talk about it. They send it to us. It's put into the system. Everything else is done automatically. We don't do anything. And that's what really makes this a great strategy for getting these things put together.
Yeah, and let me ask you something. Do you give them the questions? I looked at one of your videos, by the way, and it starts with, it's on a professional news set. It's a professional news person. They talk about dentists, and here's one of the best dentists we've found in this area, whatever it is they say. And then on comes, Dr. Lane, and he's talking about dentistry. Now, do you give them... Do you give them the questions? Is that supplied in the back end, or how do you do that?
It's about a 50-50 proposition on that. I can do that. What I like to do, for instance, one of the doctors we're working with right now, he's an orthodontist. Okay, so what I said to him was, I said, you're an orthodontist. A lot of the stuff that we do and a lot of the people we talk to are dentists, so you may have a different perspective. I said, here's some ideas that we've done with dentists, and here's some ideas you might want to do as an orthodontist. But I kind of left it up to him. I said, if you've got something that you've noticed lately that people need to hear about, or an issue or things people have been asking about, go for it. And I gave him ideas, like is a manual toothbrush better or an electric toothbrush? Which one is better? And I said, and added to that in parentheses, which one's better if you have braces, since they're going to be dealing with a lot of people that have braces. And then I asked questions about different types of, answering questions about things like Invisalign versus traditional braces and things like that. So I didn't give him a hard and fast rule on what to talk about or a script or anything like that, but just kind of an idea. And I told him it's only 2 to 4 minutes. So if you got 3 tips, 3 tips for picking the best toothbrush or whatever, you can do it very easily. Now, I know a lot of people, they don't do very well with that anyway. Me, I can do that all day. I don't have any problem getting in front of a camera and doing that. I know for a lot of people that's still very difficult, even with those directions. So what I'm actually putting together right now is more of a guide so that they know exactly how to do it. They know what the framing should be, what they should say, how they should say it. If they make mistakes, what to do to go back and continue from there, because we can always put stuff over them talking. In fact, one of the things in expose videos is you bring in that interview. You've got an online editor where you can put images over the person. You can put questions, or not questions, but tip number 1 and have a background so that you don't even see the person for part of the video. Now, I'll be honest, what I typically do, because I'm faster at it this way, is when I get the stuff, I put together the final video in Final Cut or whatever video editor. So I take what they send me and I put the imagery above that there. I export that as a final video, and then in expose videos, I just upload that and go. because obviously a desktop editor is going to give you more options. It's going to be faster and things like that. So I find that it's a very speedy process to do that. Now, that doesn't mean you can't use the online one. The first ones that we did, I did with the online editor that's built in there. But then I realized, hey, you know what? I might as well just do it first and then upload the video and be done. And it works out a little better for me. But for others, it may not. But you've got that editor built in there. You can build great videos with this. And like I said, they look professional because they have that spokesperson at the beginning, and it just looks really, really nice.
It does.
And,
it does.
It's a good foot in the door. Now, one thing that we do, and this is something that that David kind of touches on, and again, you want to check out the webinar, even if you don't plan on purchasing the software. Check the webinar out because it's got a lot of really good information that you can use with your business regardless. But one of the things that we like to do is once we get one of these businesses to do one of these, we go to them and say, hey, here's a copy of it, because we're going to give them a copy of that so they can use it for whatever they want. But what we offer is a small fee to export the video, optimize it, and syndicate it out to all the different social media sites. So we send it out to their YouTube, our YouTube, their Daily Motion account, their Facebook, their Twitter, all the different sites that accept video. We do that for them, and we optimize it. And again, that's all actually done inside the Expose Videos software. So you connect those accounts, you write the description and the title one time, and it's going to distribute it out to all of those sites automatically for you. So you don't even have to do anything there, unless there's other things that you want to do. Like, for instance, I'll go into YouTube afterwards, and I'll start doing backlinking to the YouTube video and the YouTube channels and things like that. So there are some things that I will do manually, but this software will do all of that for you. You just literally you have them shoot the video, you collect the video, you pop it in there. It's going to create the video. If they want to do the distribution, boom. You set it up and the distribution's done automatically. And then that leads you into, hey, by the way, we do these types of videos. If you want to have one done, if you want to have a video done every month, we can do that. If you want to do more expose videos, we can do more of them. Hey, we'll even do it for free because it's more content for us. If you got another question you want to do, yeah, we can do that. And, and here's the distribution pack again. Most people take you up on that distribution pack because it's not super expensive. It's not hard to do, but it gets the video out there optimized. So they love that. Now, one other thing that I don't think we talked about this in the webinar, but this is something that I've been using this for that really is a big boost. Because one thing that I've found with a lot of my business, especially at the beginning, is if they're going to do something like rep videos, okay, they sign on for rep videos, or they sign on for Bright Social for social media marketing. We set that up. There's a lot of conversation. Hey, we got this set up. All right, all your things are set up. We're going to get it going. Here's your video. It's going out. Boom. Well, if they're doing one video a month, you get that work done on day one. Now there's 30 days where you don't hear from them. They don't hear from you, really. Yeah, maybe you might text them and say, hey, we got 1,000 views or whatever. But for the most part, it's kind of dead silence for a while. And then that 30 days comes up, and then it's like, hey, your next video is going to, But even that, with you doing something like rep videos, even at the end of that month when you do the next video, it all kind of just happens automatically. So you don't need to gather anything from them. There's no reason to really, talk to them much about it because it just does it automatically. Well, if you take the idea of these expose videos, well, now 2 weeks into that, you can be hitting them up with like, hey, I've got this other thing that I do that I'd really like to have you be an expert on. So now you're bringing in your current client. It's another reason to reach out to them. You're giving them something of value, and you're mentioning them as an expert. So you're really getting in with them and, making them seem like the hero. And to them, it's like, wow, all right, this is not even part of my package, but he's coming out here to do this. He's willing to set this up. He's making me the expert. It's free. It just looks really good for you when you do these things and you bring those people on as an expert as existing clients, because then, at the end of the month, if they go, I haven't heard from you in a while and I don't feel like paying this anymore. Well, now you've done something that really lets them know that you are on their side. You are working for them, with them, and helping them to become more of an expert. So it can be a big deal there. So that's another way that I use that, is with existing clients to get in with them again, to really, bang out the fact that they are the expert, that we really care about their business.
And that's by doing another free expose video.
Yes. And
Yeah,
again,
okay.
we'll do the free expose video, and then, oh, by the way, if you want to do the distribution, we can do that. And sometimes, if I'm in the mood and I really want to make sure that this guy, maybe this particular guy is tougher than others as far as, keeping them happy, maybe I'll just do the distribution for free just to show them. And then if they want to do another one, then we'll do the distribution. Hey, I'll do the distribution like we did with the other videos one time, and that just shows them, okay, this guy's doing something on my behalf. He's really working for me. So.
And the distribution is to their social media.
Yeah, well, actually, what we do, just to kind of understand the way that we do it is we send it up. It depends on where they are too. If it's a local guy here in town, what I do is I send their stuff out to their YouTube, their Twitter, their Dailymotion, their Tumblr accounts, their this, their that. Get those videos out there to all of those. But I also include a local YouTube channel. So I've got a Snellville businesses YouTube channel. I've got a Loganville businesses YouTube channel. And so I will distribute their videos to those as well. So now when they order a video, it's going out to all three of those. If it's an expose, actually there's 4 because we also put it to our Act Now channel. And that's more of an internal thing for us, but that builds us up as well. And then with the Act Now show, when they're the expert video, that again goes into our Act Now one, so that we've got a page just on the experts. And it just builds up our channel as well, which it's still new. I've got to go in and really work on that one, but that's what we're going to have is here's a bunch of reputation videos from local businesses. Here's a bunch of the expose videos, the expert videos in here as well. And that's going to build up our channel on top of helping them. And they're going to get exposure through our channel. They're going to get exposure through the local business channel. They're going to get exposure through their own channel. And that's just a way to really kind of double up that stuff. And really, if they're a carpet cleaner in the area, I'm going to put them on Loganville and Snellville because it's right next to each other. Why not? And then that way they get even more exposure. But you can do that with the expert videos as well as the reputation or anything, really, any video that you want. You can do that with. So that's just an easy way to really build up some of their influence in the local areas is by doing these expert videos. And it's really nice, and it works out really well. So it's not just for new people. It's not just to get in the door. It's to you can also use it to really build up what you've already got going on. So,
and if you're looking for questions to ask, just Google FAQ and roofer, FAQ plumber, FAQ dentist, FAQ personal injury lawyer. There's a gazillion questions out there that you'll get.
There sure is. In fact, I did that this morning for the orthodontist. I went and looked up some things there. There's also some other websites that are specific to that. And now, of course, I'm going to forget the name of it. I remembered it earlier. It's, Something the World, Poll the World, or do you remember that one, Steve, that site? Question the World or
Question
Poll
the
the World.
World.
And I can't remember it. And of course, we'll have to figure it out and put it in the show notes. But
Okay.
it's a really neat site where you can put in things and it'll show you what people are asking about different stuff and whatnot. So it's
I didn't know about that.
yeah, it's one we haven't used it a ton, but we did a couple of years ago. We were using it quite a bit. And somebody watching right now will probably post it in the comments. So if you know what I'm talking about, post it in the comments. I just can't think of the name of it right now. But something the world, poll the world, ask the world, something like that.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. All right.
There you go.
Well, I can also Google.
Great
it when
way
we're done here.
to really get some attention for your businesses, and you get them some free exposure, and then you offer them the opportunity to expand it further. But like I said, if you really want to learn the strategies that you can use, you got to watch the webinar. And I know this isn't meant to be a pitch for the Webinar Fest, but it's going to be anyway because it's worth it. So click the link down below because it really is something worthwhile on there. Especially for all of you trying to break in.
Tell me about the cost.
For the expose videos, I believe it's I think it's $99 a month, and for that you get, I think it's like 25 videos or something like that you can make each month. And the great thing about that is people say, "Oh, $99 a month, that's a lot of money." And yeah, I don't like subscriptions either, and that is a lot of money. It can be, but think about it this way: you get 20, you can make 20 or 25. I can't remember on that one. I think Rep Videos is like 25. This one might be 20. But you make these expert videos with these guys. You get in with them. You ask them for the distribution. You're making, $300 right off the bat with that, because that's kind of the recommended. Hey, I'll distribute it for $300. You already tripled your money, and you haven't even, you've only talked to one person. So it's very, very easy to get that money back and to multiply it. And like I said, we've gotten, we've only been pushing the expert videos for a couple of weeks, and we've got quite a few people that have either agreed to do it already, and some that have already done it, some that are currently in the process of doing it. So it's very easy to get people on board. I'm actually going out to visit a hypnotherapist when I leave. Once we get off the show today, I got to go see a hypnotherapist, not for being hypnotized.
You're getting hypnotized?
I'm not being, well, you know what? I may ask her to hypnotize me just to play around, but no, the idea, we're going out there to do a marketing pitch with them, but I want to pitch an expert video to her because I think it's a great way to get started in, getting some attention out there, because it's different than a reputation video. Reputation video is fantastic. It's great content. It shows off that you're the expert, because you're getting great reviews. You must be the person to talk to. But this is even more personal. This is them sharing something directly, and it gets FaceTime, and it really just helps people to understand more about the person that they're going to be working with. So that's one of the reasons that I really love this particular product. And if you're a local business, you got to do these types of things. It's just going to get you more exposure and help people to know who you are. So
yeah, cool.
Yes, indeed. So there you go, expert videos. Something we've been trying for a few weeks. It's gotten us new people in the pipeline very, very quickly. Got a couple new clients that are doing it, old clients that are doing it, and it really, people see a lot of value in these things. They understand, it's an ego thing too. Oh, I'm the expert. Yeah, I'm the expert. All right, let me on here. Let me on TV. I'm the expert. And so you can really get a lot of mileage out of doing that, especially if you're providing it, for free. Because you're going in there and you're saying, hey, I'm a producer with whatever. We want to interview you about XYZ, and you set it all up, and boom, you're done. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with it, and then you get them to do the distribution package, and you make some good money right away. You get them to do more of these videos. You get them to do rep videos next, and the next thing you know, you've got a client that is paying you monthly for a few different things, and you can be doing really well with it. One thing I've noticed in this business, and it's something that can't be understated. I've got I met a dentist a little while ago, okay, and we started with him. He was just doing a couple of videos. He actually purchased our dental marketing pack, which has a bunch of videos in it. It was I was selling it off for $250. He bought it. Well, from that, he then had us do all the editing for it for $800. Well, now find out he's got 3 other dental offices. He wants those videos for those 3 dental offices. Well, now you multiply it times 3 more. Then he wanted to do rep videos. So now he's doing rep videos every single month for all 4 locations. Now he just started with Bright Social this week on one of the places. We're going to test it for 30 days, and then he wants to do the other ones on it. He's also doing some YouTube advertising. And I just found out he's got more dental offices in the area that he's purchased. So now we're going to be able to start off with even more of those. And that's one guy. One time I spoke to him, and that's turned into 4 different offices doing 4 different things each, and now possibly another 3 offices. On top of that, I went out and met with a contractor just the other day. He signed on, and we went out there for the rep videos thing. He's doing rep videos, he's doing reputation marketing, and he's doing the social media marketing, and we're going to be doing the expert video for him, all from one visit. Okay? And when I left that office, guess what he did? He recommended me to another builder. I contacted that builder. That builder had me up. That builder bought the same thing. He bought all 3 of those items. Plus, he's in the process of buying a plumber, buying the business of a plumber in a town nearby. He bought for all of them. Same thing for all of them. So just getting out there and doing some of these things that you can do for these businesses, providing a free video to that one contractor turned into him buying all 3 items for every single month, and led to 2 more businesses that bought all 3 every single month. So now, we're talking, I do the math here, it's it's like $30,000 worth of stuff just for giving away one video. And that's just one person turned into $30,000 giving them one free video like that. So this can be a
pretty cool.
big thing, and you can do really well. I mean, how many of you would want to make an extra $30,000 by giving away one video and then importing people into some software that does all the work for you?
Yeah.
It's not bad. You know, you do that just a few times and you can be doing pretty well.
Are you locked into a contract if you sign up for Expose videos?
I don't lock people into any contracts. No, I don't do that.
But does Dave? I'm talking about
no.
is this Dave? Dave?
No, I
Sprague.
don't think so. It's a monthly, but you can. I don't think there's
Cancel at any time.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything locking you in there. And when we deal with most of these clients, we don't lock them in either. We may do a special. Hey, pay 6 months in advance, and save $200 or whatever. But for the most part, it's all it's all cancelable anytime you want. So.
Going back to the email that you send out, you could send it out through Lead Kahuna. The subject line, "I'd like to interview you,"
Yep.
is very effective.
It
People
is.
like being interviewed. You're not selling them anything. It's tough to get them to respond to an email otherwise.
Yep.
I've been leading with Bright Social and sent out a couple of days worth of emails, landed a deal.
Nice.
Since then, nothing. So I just got lucky.
Well, and the other thing too is I find that doing it through LinkedIn, and in fact the one that I'm meeting with today was actually through Facebook. We had sent out some information on Facebook, and she called me this morning and was like, "Yeah, we want to do some of this marketing stuff. We want to do that video." I said, "Okay, great." And so I'm meeting her this afternoon to kind of go over some options that she could have, and she's got a lot of work that needs to be done though.
Do you send out the emails?
Oh yeah, no, we still send out emails too. Yeah, I don't do it nearly as much. I've got somebody that's doing that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I've been doing a lot with LinkedIn and Alignable lately is what I've been messing around with.
Okay.
Just trying to get direct contact
Alignable.
there.
I've heard of them. Yeah.
Yeah, Alignable's pretty neat. It's kind of like LinkedIn. If you sign up for it, be prepared to get lots and lots and lots of emails because they send you an email about everything that happens. Hey, one of you people in your network just got a new job. Okay, great, thanks.
So, are you with LinkedIn? Are you sending? I think you can send people an email if you've got a gold account or something like that. And you can send
you don't.
5.
You don't need you just have to have the free account. There are some limitations, of course, but no,
So
you can.
You reach out to them. You link up with them, and then you communicate with them.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. Or you can ask to connect with them, and you can lead in with something there too.
And
if
you
wanted
can
to.
talk about that. Hey, I'd like to interview you. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm digging it.
So it works really well. And then, of course, you just have to be good at following up, which is the one thing I need to get better at is I'll say, hey, I want to interview you. And somebody will finally come back to me and go, yeah, that'd be great. And then, we just kind of lose connection.
Yeah, I know.
I got to get better
I
at
know.
getting them right away. So
Yeah.
that's the one thing to work at. But,
that's understandable.
they talk about, the big thing that you always hear with these things is when you talk about local agency, and obviously, my bread and butter has been affiliate marketing for a long time, and doing a lot of local marketing as well. I used to do a ton of it before, and then I kept doing it a little bit, but I was mostly getting into training and affiliate marketing, and now I've kind of put myself back into the local marketing because I really want to do stuff around here. And, the big thing they always talk about is six-figure agency, six-figure agency, six-figure agency. Well, it's not hard. Six-figure agency that's not a lot of business. I just told you about the one guy who's going to be $30,000 this year, from that. You do that, 5 times and you're at $150,000.
Yeah.
So it's not a big deal to get to that 100,000.
And so in that 30, and just I know we're repeating, but you're doing the syndication of the expose videos. You're doing reputation videos. You're doing reputation marketing.
And Bright Social.
And Bright Social. Okay.
Yep. And that's not the one guy. That's the one guy who led into the other two. So it was one connection and 3 people signed up.
All right. Okay.
But and that's assuming that we don't sell anything else to them between now and next 12 months, which we will. We'll sell more stuff to them. We've got
another question. Bright Social, the dentist that I just landed, I picked up the little shop talk here. Forgive me. I picked up the dentist like 90-day package that was already there in Bright Social. And then he said, I'd also like to add, I do Invisalign and implants. I'd like to add that too. So I found a ton of stuff on YouTube. I just had to make sure on the implants it didn't show surgery, we didn't want that. And, I've got them for, 4 months worth of day, But then when I'm done, I got to figure something else out. Does Dave, does he plan on building new packages, done for you packages?
The idea of the packages is for you to very quickly do like a free 30-day trial. That's what those are really for. When you get into, an actual client, I use them for the actual client too. But the idea is you want to be putting your own stuff in there. You want to be curating articles and videos and things like that. So I'm sure that they'll add more things here and there for different businesses. But I think, as far as like dentists, I think that's what it is. That's the dental package so you can quickly get started with somebody.
I got that. It didn't take me forever to get started. I was able to close the deal.
Yep.
So as you curate content, you're probably getting it from article sites and YouTube. Okay.
Yep, for the most part. But also, we're using, Dr. Ben and Gene Kalenda. They had a couple packages of social media stuff that we grabbed. So one was a dental one. There was one for roofers and things like that. So I've got some of that stuff that I can use in there as well, which makes it nice and easy. So there's lots of content you can use out there.
Yeah, this is all good stuff.
And the great thing is, and again, we started with the expert videos. Now we're talking social media, but that's okay.
Yeah,
we're going to gather around here for the social media stuff. But what's great about with something like Bright Social is you're not building social media for Dr. John's dental office in Hoboken, New Jersey. You're creating a dental package.
Right.
So if you get 20 different dental clients, you distribute that stuff to all 20 of them. So you're just building one dental pack that can be used for all of them. So you're not building necessarily completely custom, unique packs for every single client that you get. You're creating a pack that can be used for all the dentists that you get. If they want to do some custom stuff, you could charge a higher premium for that, or if you want to throw some things in there, you certainly could. But that's the beauty of this, is that you're building these packages of content that you can put out there for any dentist that you pick up. And that's what makes life a little easier when it comes to that.
Now, the distribution at $300, do you get any pushback on the price?
No, not at all. I do $397 actually.
Oh, you do?
Okay.
Okay.
We've had no pushback whatsoever on that. They're like, oh, okay. I mean, honestly, everybody's been, oh, really? Yeah, I'll do that. And that's, the hardest part is getting to the point where you can tell them what the price is. But getting them to that point and telling them, once you tell them the price, I mean, they're actually surprised it's as cheap as it is. So,
and again, that distribution is their YouTube channel, their social media, the local YouTube channel you built. And,
for the videos, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And
and Daily Motion and Facebook and Twitter and all that kind of stuff. LinkedIn, Tumblr.
And is that theirs or yours?
It would be theirs. Ideally, it's theirs. So the one thing I do have to caution everybody on, and get ready for this, you have to think this through, and you have to decide what you want to do in this situation. Most people do not have all of those things. Yeah. Regardless of how we think everybody does this stuff, a lot of businesses don't have a Facebook page. A lot of businesses don't have a YouTube channel. They definitely don't have a Daily Motion. They likely don't have a Twitter account. Well, maybe they have a Twitter account, but they don't have a Tumblr. So you've got to go and you've got to create these things a lot of times. Now, if they're going to sign on for 12 months, I'll do it. It doesn't take long to get it done. I can pay somebody $20 and get it done. I can do it myself if I need to. I've got a VA that I can have that can just do it. So it's not a difficult thing to do, but take into account they're not going to have these setups. Or even more likely is they may have one or two of them, but they have no idea what the password is anymore, and they can't get access to it. So you have to make a new one anyway. So just be prepared for that as part of the mix. It's not something we talk about a lot because it's, the ideal situation is they already have these things and we just connect to their stuff. Most of the time they don't have that stuff. So there is that you have to think about as well.
Yeah, okay. I'm like asking you a ton of questions. Daily Motion, is it? I haven't been able to get new accounts out of Daily Motion. Now, I haven't looked at it in a while, but
yeah, no, we've been making Daily Motion accounts.
Have you? Okay, they
In fact,
wanted me
Daily
to
Motion,
pay
you can
or
now,
something.
One thing you need to do with Daily Motion when you do that is you create an account, but then you go in, just like YouTube, you create channels now. So you actually create a channel for them inside of there. So you have to become a partner, and it's not hard. It's just a matter of verifying, and then you can build a channel so you can have a background just like you would on YouTube and an icon, and you can put in business information, links to other social media, etc. And it's all set up nice and easy.
So you have to apply to be a partner, okay? And
not really. Yeah, I wouldn't even call it that.
Okay.
You just have to say, I'm going to be a partner. Here we go. All right, you're a partner.
Okay, all right.
So it's not, it's not an application. They don't have to approve or disapprove you or anything like that. So
okay,
you just have to verify.
Okay. Anyhow, okay. Yeah, I'm kind of getting into the finer details.
Yes, indeed. And that's more for the rep video stuff. That's for the expose video stuff. Not necessarily for the social media stuff because obviously,
no,
Daily
I
Motion's a
understand
little
that.
different. But there you
I'm
go.
finding a lot of dentists have Instagram, by the way. Just
that's another one that's very big. Dentists love Instagram. In fact, my dental client, we're actually going to be doing trying to find local influencers to use to build his Instagram right now. So that's one of the things that we're working on is an influencer program. So fun
very
stuff.
cool.
Indeed.
Now I'm going to give you one little bit here.
Ooh.
One idea. Since you always give me ideas.
I like ideas.
Where real value in Bright Social is.
The offers.
You can post to Google My Business daily.
Oh yeah, no, that's huge, and it actually works. That's even bigger.
Yeah,
they've figured it out because I used to use a certain other company, but I won't mention Sendable's name. And they had Google My Business posting, and it never worked. I mean, like once in a great while, one would go through. Most of the time, I was like, "Oh, this isn't the right size." I've not had any problems getting things posted to Google My Business.
I haven't either. I have not either. And what I'm running a test for my accountant, and she's one gal that does people's taxes, and you just drop by and she'll do your taxes for you, and she's got built up a clientele over the years. And so I thought, okay, I handle her stuff. We just do a trade out.
Nice.
Anyhow, I started feeding out the accountant package to Google My Business, and it works.
It does.
Amazingly enough, yeah.
I looked at it, I'm like, whoa, look, it worked. We actually got stuff on there. I can't believe it. So.
Okay.
And the other thing too with the Bright Social, and again, we started talking expert videos. We talk more about social media now, but one thing to note about that is it has what are called offers that you can put in there. So, if you're going to put out a piece of social media for a dentist, and let's say it's an article from Dentist Today. I don't know if that's a magazine. It might be.
Whatever.
We'll pretend it is. So Dental Today or Dentist Today, and you put an article on their social media from them. Well, on that article, you can have an offer. So a little banner that'll be in the bottom corner that says, hey, looking for a new dentist for your family, click here, or right now we're running 50% off tooth whitening, click here. And that'll be on anything that you post. So you've got not only post, but you've got offer on each of those posts. And what's really cool is that's even on YouTube videos, which I thought was impossible. But if you share a YouTube video, that
Seriously?
YouTube video shows up, and in the corner, it's going to have that little pop-up that says, want 50% off tooth whitening, click here. Okay. And, I was blown away. I did not expect that to work. I said, it probably just doesn't work on YouTube videos, though. No, it does. And the way they get around that is rather than showing the YouTube page, they share the actual video. So it's a full screen video that pops up there, and that's how they get away with that. so that you got the banner on there. So very cool stuff.
Okay. Yeah, interesting. I'll have to look at that.
So there you go.
Yeah. I won't pepper you with questions on that because then we'll really get off in the weeds. We'll get in the cornfield if we do that.
That's right. Maybe we'll have to do an episode on social media now because
Yeah.
guess we kind of just did. But
Yeah.
the idea is you want to use the expert videos as a way to get in to sell things like social media, like other videos, like SEO, like web design, whatever it is that you do. This is your foot in the door. This allows you to be able to jump in and start to offer these products so that you can, really start to dominate in your local area for these businesses. And of course, you charge for the distribution on top of that. You can have a client, that does very well, and you can pick them up and start getting a lot of great business out of that. So that's Expert Videos. Again, if you want to watch the webinar, I highly recommend you do. It's got a lot of great strategies in it. All you have to do is click the link in the show notes or down below, depending on where you're watching this. If it's on YouTube or Facebook, just click.
He does the math too. He not only walks you through how it works, so to speak, but he also does the math for you. It's pretty good.
And it's a 1, 2, 3 strategy of do this, do this, do this, and you're going to get business. And guess what? I decided to do this, do this, do this, and that's exactly what happened. Believe it or not, started making money with it, started getting new clients. Imagine that.
Yeah.
You follow the experts and look at
I think I'm going to have to migrate to that. This has been good. I watched the webinar, and I still was kind of thinking about it. And now that you've kind of given a more layman's explanation, or whatever you call it, I think this is something I got to do.
Yeah, it's fun. It's easy to do, and like I said, you get I think it's 20, which is great because with rep videos you're constantly doing new things for them, but with expose videos you're kind of doing one to get them in the door for the other stuff, so you don't run through a lot of the credits very quickly for making the videos, so you can and they roll over and everything else. So,
how close are you to having your guide to shooting videos done?
Say that again.
You were going to do a guide that you could send to the dentist on how to do their videos?
Percentage-wise, 0. So,
okay.
With the exception of the fact that I've written it out and sent it in an email, but as far as like a real guide with pictures and things like that, no, I haven't. I've threatened to do it, but I have not gotten very far yet. It will be very useful when I do, but
yes,
got to definitely get my button gear and do that. So,
all righty, okay,
all right. Well, with that, I think we've drawn to the close of another great episode, at least in my opinion. Hopefully in your opinion as well.
Oh, I agree. Well, for me it was. I learned
See, there
it
is. It's unanimous. This is a great episode of Video Marketing Madness where you've learned all about using expert videos and social media to start getting new business and to start building a nice local agency. So if you like any of that, of course, please feel free to check out the webinar that we had down below. And today's show is made possible by that webinar. So if you want to start learning in depth what to do and how to do it, then all you have to do is head on over to our webinar so that you can see exactly what the strategies are. And the webinar is at mastermind.boostwebinars.com/23608. And if you head on over there, you'll be able to learn
show notes.
Check it in the show notes. But you'll be able to check out the webinar and really learn a lot of great stuff.
It was really nice of Dave to take time out from his day to be there with you.
It usually is. It usually is. And he does that quite a bit for us. So we're glad to have him helping us out quite often. So shout out to old Dave.
Yeah.
And
Good
with
man.
that, Steve, are we ready for some music?
Hit it.
All right. Well, here it comes, guys.
He's
Here it
Ray the video guy, yeah, Ray the video guy. His skill is where it's at, even if he's a little fat. He's filled with video expertise and has so much knowledge that you need. His YouTube ninja tricks can make your marketing so sick. He's Ray the video guy, yeah, Ray the video guy.